film is intended for mature audiences and contains adult content, graphic language, graphic violence, nudity, and strong sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Like, we'll leave it up to you, but you gotta know about this stuff before getting into this whole thing, you know? I mean, straight up, one guy gets his face bitten off by a raccoon, and we show it. Oh man, do we show it. Real big close-up. And we spoke to a scientist to make sure it was, you know, physically correct and whatever. We said, hey, scientist guy, like, how much damage could a raccoon realistically do? And he told us, a lot.
Have no shame for what you believe. Feel the black sky ecstasy. The more you move, the more you forget. You feel the bass break apart your chest. Feel the rhythm surrounding me, consuming my soul, everything. But you're an outcast, attention whore. You keep on moving till you hit the floor.
Alright, y'all, he's cool.
And he's Kegs. Who do we got on tonight, man?
It's
Brother, we got Alice. Man, he just interrupted me. That never happened. That's never happened before. Oh my good lord, what are we gonna do with that?
He's short.
Anyway,
He's short.
we got we got Alassaf from KSA. He's been a super cool guy. So from the conversation we've had a little bit thus far, Mr. Alassaf, sir, why don't you give us a little introduction and how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm fan freaking tastic and finally stopped pissing out my head.
Well, it's Alassaf. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I've been in KSA most of the time. Just a little bit about myself. I don't know if you guys want to know anything more.
Oh, well, I'd love to know who you are, like, in the game, or...
Well, how long have you been playing for, and how did you get scooped up by KSA? Let's start with that.
So there's 4 people that started KSA, and I'm one of them. 3 of them just retired. They're not in here. I'm the only one left. But
well, you can shout those guys out if you want. Who were those guys?
There's one guy called Commandant.
Okay.
There's a lot of people who know him.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him.
Yes, he's a really cool guy, but he's just off the game. There's 2 more that are not. So one is just called Scary Name, and one is called Turkey.
Yeah.
They're all just not in the game anymore. I'm the only one that is staying right now, and like that started KSA.
Okay.
But that's it for KSA. I joined Bro for a couple of wars. Left KSA and joined Bro, and then came back to KSA. That's it about the game. I mean,
You've basically been on for a long time, and 2, 3 different squadrons in?
It was just KSA, and then I joined Bro, and then went back to KSA.
Yeah,
I joined Bro for like I don't know, it's about a month, something like that. It's been about a year and a couple of months since I joined the game, and it's all because of fucking TikTok. I'm sorry.
No, it's completely X-rated. You're fine.
Yeah. No, you're good, bud. We don't. There's you haven't heard the disclaimer we have. It's fantastic, but yeah, it includes that. You're good.
Yeah, I got that advertisement on TikTok, and that's how I got into the game. That was like a year or something ago. And like when I joined the game, I saw that Commandant like started KSA, and he was like the number 2 in like the Saudi flag.
Okay.
When I got in the squad, I mean, he got me on Discord, and I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he was like, "Hey, let's start like this squad." It was like 2 days. He just started it. I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so I started like recruiting people, doing all that, and we were like, that's how I started. That's how it started. But and there are 2 other guys as well. It was kind of tough at the beginning. But then everything went smoothly because I mean I got back out like the command in KSA.
Okay.
We're working their asses off. They were good. They were really good. So it wasn't like a one guy work.
So it was someone that could actually, other players played with you.
Yep.
Well, speaking of numbers, stuff like that, I was told that you're quite the record holder yourself, as far as single war. So maybe you want to talk about that a little.
Yeah, I mean, back in like a couple of months, people were like doing high scores. The high score was Philip. He got 100 and something. I really cannot remember. So we had a war like KSA against Pro. That war, I mean, is like my first high score. It was 601K. So it's almost double the high score, the current high score. That's what really set the kind of like set the bars high. And then I mean after that, I mean I was like, I'm not doing this again. And like all the time, like a couple months later, I just do that 830 again. It's like, fuck me, I gotta step out of the game for a second. This is hurting my eyes.
Right. That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, Duke's.
I have no idea how anyone would ever actually get around to doing that much of a. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, and he's a better player than I am, and I definitely don't see how. I mean, what's that like? Like, how much time, I guess, does that take?
I got so the first time I did the 601, that's when like the account sharing thing happened, and people like were asking about the account sharing, and I was like, shit, okay, I don't have anything to back this up with. So when I did the 832K, I was ready for that.
Oh, so the 832 is your highest then?
Yeah, 832 is my highest.
Oh my god.
So do you guys have iPhones?
I don't know.
Kegs?
I do not know.
Okay, so on the iPhone, you can go like on the screen time, and like you see each day how much you've used this app and this app. You can see your screen time, how much you used it.
Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, on Android.
I was like, I'm gonna. This is concerning. I gotta see how much I played this game. So I checked. It was like 15 hours and like 30 minutes the first day, and then 15 hours and 5 or 4 minutes the second day. So it was a total of 30 hours, like in 48 hours.
Which is, oh my god.
Fuck. I mean, I only got a couple hours of sleep in 2 days.
A couple hours. It's just funny. You somehow still running around.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, way too much. I get so far beyond like my head. Apparently, Kegs. Like, nah. If I made 5 hours, it was just by accident.
I mean, I think the longest I ever played was for like 7 hours straight.
No, fuck
and
that.
we were just doing a Discord call on our squad chat, and we just teamed up and we just started flying and fucking off. Me and a couple of the other guys, we were flying like F4s around trying to like take out T6s before T7 was released and shit. Like we were just, and the thing was, we were actually winning a few matches doing that, and we were just having a great time, just laughing our asses off for like 5 hours. Because 2 hours we were actually kind of being serious, and then for 5 hours we fucked off because we were all over the minimum, So.
Well, that's the other thing. So.
The best part was I was at work at the time, so I was getting paid to sit on my ass and play.
That is the best part. I don't know. So you sound like you're at a different level, but I used to have more fun playing probably a new squad up to platinum than when I was in diamond. But you sound like you're on a different level. Like, is those days long behind you, or did you ever feel that way?
Yes, I mean sometimes you get like, especially at the end of the run. So how I do it is like I boost for 2 hours, and like play game after game. The break that I have is just when I type someone G. That's my break.
Wow.
And like, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's crazy.
I know, and like after the 2 hours, I get like a 5-minute break, get some snack, and then get back. It's fun, like especially at the beginning of the war. to see like how much you score and how much like the other guys score. That's the fun part. Like it's like, as soon as the war starts.
Yeah, yeah.
That's part of it.
The jump.
Honest.
Well,
And like at the end of it, like after like 10 hours of play or 8 hours, you're done. You just want to go to bed. Your eyes is itching. And, it's not good.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure. Well, like,
I'm telling you, brother.
what if? Are you able to talk about how much money maybe you've spent?
Yes. I mean, on the whole game.
Yeah,
Or
just the whole
in
game.
the war.
Well, both if you don't
I mean,
mind.
on a game, man. I don't know. I a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. I'm talking more than $4,000.
More than 4?
Yeah, more than 4, more than 5 probably.
I've done 25. Kegs said I don't. How much did you spend, Kegs?
We're not going to talk about that.
That's right. Note to self: cut that out.
But let's just say of the three of us talking, I have the highest number, and I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah, note to self: I'll cut that. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It don't matter. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. It's just.
Yeah, stuff.
So for me, it's kind of embarrassing because I still fly, right?
Yeah.
And of a lot of the guys that we've actually talked to, and it's great talking to everyone, but I see what they've done, like as far as what their rank is and their win-loss ratios and everything else. And like, dude, I didn't realize I took that big of a step back in playing, because I look at my shit, I'm only a BGN 4 or 3 or something like that. I mean, fuck, I should have been an LGN by now, twice over probably.
Yeah. Well,
you know, and especially for the amount I've sunk into it, I'm like, man, I'm a bitch.
well, we can make him laugh. When it comes to me, most of that 2,500 probably belongs in the 12 planes I've bought and just screwed around with. I never had a plan, so there was no strategy. I was just like, ooh, look, another plane I can afford. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh,
yeah,
piece of candy.
Exactly.
Ooh, piece of candy.
That's what this game does to you, you know? It really
Yeah,
does.
the thing, I don't have a wife, so nobody's on my credit card looking at how much I buy on these.
See, there you go. There you go.
So if you had to say, what's your highest single war total for money spent?
I could not remember, but it's a lot. I promise you, it's a lot. I swear. I don't remember really, but it's a lot. It's a lot of money I paid on a game.
Well,
I felt stupid after the game.
And you're still a top
won
tier
it,
player.
but, you saw how much I paid for it. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
I'm not a gamer. I don't play games like out of that, and I've never paid much money like on a game,
right?
Like I did on Sky Warriors. So when I see that, like, man, I'm paying a lot for this game.
It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. They're very good at what they do. We can talk as much shit. Speaking of that, I heard there's a rumor about new missiles, or
I have no idea.
There's some new missile rumor drop right now, so that might be something to keep our eyes. Do what?
What's a missile going to be about?
That's the thing. I have no idea. It's a very vague thing that I've heard through weird channels, so who knows if it's true. You know how that goes.
Well, all the missiles, to be honest, is all we can play is tracking and auto aims.
Oh, yeah. I mean, realistically, even fast missiles don't track long enough, so you're better off with machine guns and trackers, but yeah.
I'm not going to lie. The last war I played, I used Astras quite a bit, because they're like a tracker and a fast missile had a baby.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's new in the arsenal. And speaking of that, actually, what game modes do you primarily play?
Deathmatch.
Deathmatch.
I was about to say, I've been shot down by this fucker enough. I know what he plays.
Well, and the thing is, most of the high level players do. But I figured I'd ask. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, if I play Halo or Skirmish, I'm gonna be a fucking noob. I cannot play this. I don't know. People have strategies, and I see on our on other servers, people play and they play on teams and go, okay, I'm going to A, you go to B, you go to C. I was like, how do you guys do that? I cannot. It's not fun if you I don't know. I mean, my perspective, I cannot take long. I mean, to go to that C-130 and blow their tops off or engines off. It's just it takes more than 2 minutes. That's too much for me.
It's true. That's true. There is a lot of.
So whenever I find myself like every now and again, I'll join a random team off of English chat or whatever.
Yeah.
And if they payload, I don't even go. I fuck those C-130s. I just go after the other pilots. That's all I do. I just fly around and shoot people down. That's it. Skirmish. Now, back in the days of skirmish only, yeah, okay, you had to have a plan, otherwise your ass was going to be fucked.
Yeah.
Because there was guys out there, like you said, that were team flying, and they were doing nothing but just, this guy's on pilots, this guy's on balloons, this guy's flying an Overwatch, and they'd rotate every 30 seconds what they were doing.
Yep.
Like they had it down to that kind of a niche.
Yeah. Yep. I can tell you back in the early F-18 days, Deathmatch was the place to be with that, and then it slowly became...
Absolutely.
Well, it slowly became Payload after that because of its speed, and then now it's kind of been phased out. I mean, it's a good plane still. I can still score in it, but yeah. I miss my F-18 back when it wasn't nerfed. So...
I would have to agree with that. I loved the 18, and then when they nerfed it, and then dropped T6, I was like, well, I'm sick of this already.
Yep.
I never got the 18. I got the Su-27.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know. It's underrated. Nobody really talks about it. But I've had that, and the T5s were out. I mean, the T6 were out. Sorry. And I didn't even get a T6. I don't have a T6. If you go to my profile, I don't have a T6. I just skipped T6. I was playing. I did my 601K with a T5. That's how good the Su-27 was. For me, I mean, I love that.
Well, you can't be angry with the result, that's for sure. Holy shit.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm really happy your ass never got a T6 thing, because if they'd have put your ass in an Su-30, I think you'd have blown me up a few extra times.
No doubt. Holy shit. See, so this is the fun part for me, is meeting, the actual top tier of pilots. It's interesting what goes through your guys' head, and, how you guys, I don't know, you're kind of different, man. It's 30 hours and 48, that's different.
The tighter you flip, the more you kill. That's all I ever really remember.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of type of players. There's players like myself. I don't play out of the wars. I just play during wars. I barely play in between wars.
Sure.
It's just scoring for a war. And some players, they just play that Sky Cup thing. And I've never played Sky Cup. The only time I played Sky Cup it was in a war, and that's when I got my high score. That's the only time I got Sky Cup. Other than that, I really don't give it much time.
I mean, it's not really worth it either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. Some people say it is, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But right now, we're talking to the top tier.
I'm not a Sky Cupper myself either. I don't even fly that much anymore. Actually, you just reminded me, I gotta get a hold of Get Her Done.
Yeah.
I went and hung out with his squad for a couple of wars, and I can't even get on the game right now. It won't connect to the server. I gotta tell him to boot me so he's got an open slot.
Okay. I can. That sucks, dude. See, it sucks. But Get Her Done's a good guy. He don't care. He'll be all right.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know he's not gonna be pissed, but you did just remind me about that, so I'm gonna have to do that here once we're done with this.
It happens.
Appreciate the reminder.
That's what I'm here for, buddy. It's 6:45. Where you at? That's such horseshit. This dude is so punctual. This guy's day was crazy enough as it is, so I won't give him too much shit. He did much more than I did today. We'll put it that way.
It's 20:34 current time where I'm at right now.
So, what is that? 8:30?
Yeah. It's 1934 for me. 7.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. So.
Well, it'll be 1934 in about another 12 miles.
There you go. See. Yeah. Imagine that. He gains an hour just by driving, 100 miles or whatever.
So where are you at, Kegs?
Me, I'm up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. God's Forgotten Acres or whatever, however you want to look at it.
I see.
God's Forgotten Acres. I might have
Dude,
to
half
edit
the
that.
people either think we're part of Wisconsin or think we're like some kind of a fucking southern branch of Canada.
You are a southern branch of Canada. Don't let him fool you. He sounds more and more Canadian the more he drinks. So
That is not false. I actually can't.
you can't stop
I
the
can't deny
A's
that.
and the boots. You can't. I love it. I wish there was more of it. I gotta get you. I gotta get you a Mountie uniform. We're gonna take pictures. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe just overalls and no shirt. But we're gonna do a promo
God.
picture.
Someone's gonna be holding on to a banjo.
That can be Perk.
Oh God! I was thinking Dookie actually. He's from where he's from. That'll work.
I was thinking about putting him in like a scientist coat because of the engineer thing. Like,
No, there you go.
Some kind of lab coat.
You could be a scientist holding a banjo. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Now we're getting on track here.
And a fucking librarian
Yeah,
on
no,
like banging on drums.
I know.
don't know.
I know you and Dookie both got messages from me, or voice messages from me the other day when I had a few too many to drink. And
I am so glad you brought that up. And let me
you're
ask
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. I mean, why not?
Can-
I got nothing else to. lose. Well, I mean, shame is one thing,
Well, let me ask you, and we can figure out which one. But can I insert that clip here? Maybe. Okay, that's good enough. And like I said, I've got several days to edit this, but dead serious. You were already a part of the news tonight, and you have no idea, so I hope you listen to Dookie's news report, my man.
Oh, my God.
Yes,
you
sir.
didn't.
Oh, we did.
Oh, my God. I am never voice messaging you guys when I'm drunk.
Oh,
ever again.
no, it wasn't the drunk one, to be clear. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
That makes me feel a little better.
No.
Jesus.
Wouldn't ever do that. No, it's just from old shows.
Wow. Yeah, that was bad.
But no, seriously, some of it's just literally, it's just funny. That's all. It was nothing bad. We've all been there.
It was pretty bad.
We've
It
all
was
been
pretty
there,
bad.
dude. I was worried, but we've all been there. I'm sure Alassaf is probably nodding his head right now. We've all been there.
Put it this way: when my ass is sitting there going, "Man, I really can't walk anymore," we're fucked. I mean, you're at that's Point Break, man. You're fucked.
Well, my hangovers are like that, so when I'm partying, who knows?
Well, I got up without an alarm and went to work the next day. And don't ask me how that happened.
That was what I was worried about.
I forgot to set my alarms and everything. Somehow my ass got up and went to work. I'm like,
First question
Hey,
I had
I'm
for
still-
Duke. I asked him, I said, did you make it to work?
I'm still
And he
a professional.
said, yeah, you are. You're punctual. You're doing this from the road. That's how we've come full circle. But yes, you are a professional. So do you have any questions for us, Alassaf? For real, we're open books.
Yeah, I've seen your guys' podcast. I've liked some of them. Most of them, to be honest. Best was like the Maravich one. Brad and Crash. These guys are pros.
Dude, thank you for listening, by the way. It means a lot, for real.
No, this is the stuff that we need in this high warrior community, to be honest. And you guys are the only ones who did it. And I really appreciate you guys on doing that.
Well, again, man, like it's a team effort, so there's more people behind the scenes than what people understand too, and it means a lot to me. I know Cakes same way. So
wait, who's behind the scenes? I know you, Kegs, Big Duke, and Perk. Who else?
Well, we got creators now that are doing stuff like Gamblers SUBs or SOBs. We've got small once a week things from even Miles, who seems to be pretty okay with tech. You can listen to his episode. Like, wasn't bad at all. Miles is he's a good person, and he's a little mid-20s, but he suffers from some things. So
Yeah.
I can't be prouder to have him doing what he's doing right now. It's something out of his comfort zone. And then we got Xanatos coming up. He's going to start doing some stuff, I think. So there's a few different people that we've asked, but not a lot. And some of them are starting to turn in some stuff right now. So, yeah, there's a lot of people like that unless you listen to the full catalog, you never know. It's crazy. Less than 3 months, I think we're at 80 episodes. You'll be like 81, 82, I think. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And,
I really, you guys doing that.
Well, dude, this all was an accident, and it literally was based out of the more relationships that I made. I was staying for Discord, and I wasn't staying for the game at one point, and I didn't want to lose Discord, so how it started is I started interviewing people. I found Kegs, and we just had a chemistry. That's why you've never heard his one-on-one interview. I'm not even sure if I have it, actually, Kegs. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm looking. But, yeah, in all seriousness, it just started coalesced itself, and I found, 4 main people that, all these skits are from Dookie. That's from his brain. We lend our voices and stuff, but, yeah, I've never thought I'd be a part of anything to do with Macho Man hunting Sasquatch or anything, so, yeah, it's just crazy. So, I will tell you this, we have people coming on outside of the game. We got a band called TheStacys that is a confirmed guest coming on. Y'all learn more about them before they come on. We've got like an ex-European basketball player. His name is Denny Still. I guess he was pretty good over there in the 80s. He played for 19 years, so he has some stories. We have, who was it, Zeus, who was the commercial pilot? Yeah, people, just interesting people in general. But, yeah, we're starting to build towards, just trying to learn who the person is, but you can do that a lot through just talking to somebody, just like we're doing right now.
Exactly. Zeus is going to be on the podcast as well?
Yeah. They've already asked for a date, and we're just trying to get him one sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He can be a savage. Just be careful.
No, it's quite all right, dude. And again, believe it or not, I've been around all these servers for a long time now, and
Yeah.
I love Cupid Stunt. So, I'm sure.
I love him too.
I'm sure Zeus will be okay. It'll be all right. And the thing is,
it's okay. He's not going to hurt people's feelings when we don't have feelings to hurt, because
Yeah.
I've been doing construction since I was 17 years old. You really can't find those anymore.
Yeah, I do care, but right up until the moment I hit the delete button, and then it's that simple. That's why it's like,
Well, yeah, you're the Sagittarius of the group, right?
I'm a Scorpio. So,
Scorpio, the other S. That's right.
That's why I remember everything. But the thing is too, I don't mind people fucking even being critics of us. That's why I was gonna say. Do you have anything else that you'd like to maybe ask me, Kegs? Ask Kegs something. That guy's more of he's been on here longer than I have even.
Kegs, yeah. So I know, Breeze, you're in F-35 right now, right?
Mm-mm.
You're not?
No, I don't fly for anybody. I don't even moderate Grimmy's channel anymore. I'm not even in Grimmy's anymore.
So what squad are you in?
No, nothing. I've stopped flying. Dead serious.
Oh.
Yep.
What about you?
So for me, personally, at the point where I'm at, one squad will always be home to me as long as they'll have me. I've made promises to people that I consider my friends now in the game that I would come and pop by and visit. So like Bread and Circus had been bugging me for a while, and I kept telling them, I'll pop over one of these days. So I did a war with them. I was supposed to do 2 with Getter done. I only got 1 in because, like I said, I haven't been able to get it on the game for like fucking 3 days.
This is the first time I talked to you, like in 2. So.
What's that?
This is like the first time I've talked to you in 2 days.
Yeah, dude, it's been my since Wednesday of last week. Everything has been just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I got I was supposed to go do a war with I don't even know if he's still flying anymore, but I was gonna go hang out with Gunner for a war over in the hell is it? CCM, I think, is his squad.
You're asking the wrong guy, dude. I don't even know.
I can't remember right now. Off the top of my head right now, I can't.
So we kind of know about you guys in the game. What about in real life?
Well, would you like me to go first, Kegs? Sounds like maybe you're...
Yeah, go for it, buddy. Go for it, buddy.
Well,
I'm actually gonna, my sound might get a little sketchy for just a second.
Okay. Well,
because I'm gonna switch off of my headset because I forgot to charge it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you go, and I'll deal with this.
Okay, that sounds great. So I guess in real life, I'm 36, male. I live in Johnson County, Kansas, which one quick Google search, it's a really nice area. Garmin headquarters here. How else would I describe it? I don't know. The perfect underachiever. But no, at the same time, I'm doing okay. I do okay for myself. I live in a really nice area. Right now, I only have a part-time job, and it makes me nervous for the podcast when I go back to full-time after the first of the year.
You're good. I mean, I deal with shit, and I got a full-time job.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know how you do that. It's so. I would say, because when you said 30 hours in 48, it's insane. But I probably do put a good 25 to 30 hours a week into this, but I also work a part-time job that's closer to 32, 33 hours a week. So, and that's, it's a lot. Finally, now that percussion's on, she can help me edit now. But before that, it was all me doing editing, and it's a lot. But yeah, I still worry. I worry about what we're going to be able to really put out after the first. Like, as far as it'd probably be one guest a week, and we could probably still manage the news things though, and the skits. So, but yeah, beyond that, right now, I work at a liquor store. I'm an assistant manager at a liquor store. Yoo-hoo. Yeah. So I know liquor, obviously.
I don't drink. That's a bummer for you.
No, that's okay. It's probably a good thing. That's why I have regulars, if that makes any sense. But no, in all seriousness, I'm nobody necessarily important. I can tell you this. Also kind of halfway outside the game. I was one of the original 4 that started Grimmy's 1. And then when Star created Grimmy's 2.0, he asked Grimmy himself, and then I guess he asked me afterwards to help, and then we did that for a while. I just enjoy all types of people, so that's why I keep doing these community-based things, and right now I'm 0 for 2, so we'll see how the podcast ends up, but we're doing okay for now. So that's pretty much, there's not a lot of razzle-dazzle. I live in an area that's very nice, but other than that, then you're just talking, I don't know, what would you call it? Like, not even like a fugazi almost, because I'm nobody important.
In English.
Yeah, fugazi. So basically, like an illusion. So I don't deserve necessarily to live where I do, but I do, and yeah, I'm taking every advantage of it. So I guess I don't know. But who are you, Kegs?
I'm just a goofy northern redneck. That's the only way to describe my ass.
Like how?
Sorry, I was spitting my dip a second.
Like that, okay. See? He's genuine.
And that's the thing. Everyone's like, no, there's got to be more to you than this, that, and there ain't. I hunt, I fish, I shoot shit, I blow shit up for fun.
You can add on funny motherfucker, though. You could add that on.
What's that?
You can add on funny motherfucker. That's fine.
See, you're the only motherfucker on the face of this planet that I've ever talked to who's accused me of being funny.
Oh, well.
So let's just leave that. Let's just leave sleeping dogs lie on that.
All right, we'll have a poll. We're gonna have a Discord poll, I think.
Oh boy. But yeah, like I said, I hunt, I fish, I work. I started working when I was still going to high school. I've had a job since then. I've never really had an unemployed status. I know I've fought my ass off to get to where I am in life. I've been through a lot of, I mean, a lot of people call them hardships. I call them fucking wake up and smell the coffee moments. I battled alcoholism for a while. Came out on top of that one.
Congratulations.
Toxic ex-fiance, came out on top of that one. Now, my wife I have now is fucking. She's phenomenal.
She's awesome, dude. Yeah.
I got. How do I say that? 2 3/4 kids.
Yeah. Sure. Better than inches.
That's yeah. How would you know that anyway?
You don't remember that one night?
Yeah, well, that must be where I found the camera on the nightstand.
It'll be on the podcast next week.
10-4.
It might even make the YouTube channel.
But yeah, no. Like I said, currently I'm the crushing and screening foreman for the company I work for. So basically, for people who don't know what a crusher does, I take big rock and make it little rock at a specific size and blend, depending on how much sand or not sand or other types of materials, clay and whatnot, need to be blended in to make a road gravel or a road base for highway jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's like playing Tonka drums.
Cool. It sounds cool because we play with big equipment and all this other shit, but realistically, it doesn't take a whole lot of brain power. You just got to know how big your material is and what size screens you need to put on your screen plant to make it happen. Other than that, you just push start and watch it.
Yeah.
Still pretty neat.
So,
It still sounds like playing Tonka trucks in the sand or something. So.
I'm absolutely an overgrown kid in the sandbox.
Yeah.
There ain't no doubt about that. I mean, dozer, loader, excavator, grader. Not a whole lot with the grader, but I that's all shit I've played in. Backhoe, off-road trucks. Basically you name it, I've done it when it comes to that stuff. The only heavy equipment I've never personally ran is a certified crane. Technically, an excavator can be used as a crane, and I've done a lot of picking with excavators and off-road forklifts.
Sure.
I bear hunt. That's my main thing that I'm I guess known for amongst my friends. I don't do it the way everyone thinks with you don't pile of donuts in the woods and sit around the side of a bush and wait to go bang.
Yabba do.
For me, it's more of a catch and release thing. I found a way of doing it that's old school and traditional. I pursue them with hounds, and that's a big passion of mine now. I've only ever harvested one. I've only ever harvested one bear. I will say that it tasted phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to another one. But I'm here for the sound of the hound and the tradition itself more than anything.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't know what else you want me to say. I used to race cars a lot. I've done a lot of really dumb shit. We just blew up a beaver dam the other day with tannerite. I don't know if that's illegal to say or not, but we did it.
Well, unless your name's, Kegs be cool or something, you're good.
Well, tannerite's legal.
The beaver
dam's
dams, yeah, so is your property, and
Yeah, it was state land. It should be fine.
It's fine. You're doing a service.
I mean, actually, kind of, yeah, because it was starting the water was starting to come up over the bridge. You know what I mean? And it was like, well, let's go take care of these little whippersnappers. Them fuckers avoided our traps this winter, so I guess that's another thing. I trap, not a lot. I'm not a great trapper. Some I've recently gotten into to help get by the long cold winter up here in the north. But yeah, we trap beavers. Those are good eating.
I don't think I've ever had beaver.
Oh, dude, bear, beaver. if you know what you're doing.
Well, that kind of made me think about Alassaf. Like, do you have any hobbies outside of gaming? Like,
Yeah, so, I mean, I spoke to you guys about myself in the game. Probably don't know about me outside of the game.
yeah,
So I was born in Florida,
yeah,
in Pensacola, Florida. It was 2 weeks and back to Saudi Arabia. I never settled in one place for a long time.
Yeah.
I lived in Saudi Arabia for a whole while. I lived in Turkey, and now I'm back in Florida as well.
Well,
I fly. I'm a pilot.
really?
Yeah, I'm a Navy pilot. Yeah.
You're a Navy pilot.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have started with
for
that.
your service, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. And maybe we should have started with that for the entire different reason. Like, now I understand why you were saying that things you were. And it just clicked in my head when you mentioned where you're living now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am so sorry, buddy. I didn't know any of that. I seriously, we didn't know. So
You're good. You're good.
we're talking to a Navy pilot.
Yeah, I'm a Saudi Navy pilot, but
Still.
I train with your
Still,
guys' Navy.
sure, absolutely. Well, can you talk about your aircraft? Like, can you?
Yeah, of course. So I was flying the fixed wing aircrafts, and I transitioned to helicopter. Right now, I'm going to be flying the. I don't know if you guys know the Seahawk.
Yeah. So you're landing on carriers and cruisers?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like an anti-submarine.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen some incredible pictures of how difficult it is to do that. Like, wow,
It is.
dude. Well, Jesus Christ.
It is. And then I'm just transitioning to my fleet aircraft, which is I'm still in between the training helicopter and the fleet aircraft.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, no, seriously, it blows my mind. Just, it really does. When you were in fixed wing, what were you hoping? Like,
So I was hoping to get P8s. It's like the chill part of the Navy,
okay.
but nah. Saudi Arabia didn't get any P8s. There was rumors about Saudi Arabia getting P8s. I wish. We got them so I can go there. It's kind of chill. The chill part about aviation and especially naval aviation.
Sure. More commercialized type stuff. Prepping for commercial basically work.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Navy Nation. See, again, I spent $2,500 on planes for a reason. I have DCS and stuff that I haven't touched in forever now, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
Man, it's incredible that, and we, for everybody that didn't hear this, we probably talked for a good 20 minutes at least in the pre-interview, and you didn't mention you were a Navy pilot, but...
Yeah, it was my bad on that.
I am so sorry, dude.
You're good, brother. It's my bad.
There's a whole reason why he doesn't want to put name. There's a whole reason, yeah. So, dude, thank you again for your service. Again, whether it's NATO, doesn't matter. Thank you. It could be anywhere. It means a lot to serve your country, and then even more when you're part of my country. So, you know what I mean.
Oh, I'm dual citizenship, by the way. I'm a U.S. and
I love I don't have anything bad to say against Saudi Arabia. They've been nothing but great to us. I mean, it depends on if you understand geopolitics or not, but yeah. Just saying.
We've been friends for a while.
A long time. Jordan, same thing. So, again, it just blows my mind. You're a freaking Navy pilot. We're just now getting to this. I don't know. Holy shit, Kegs. So you run $1 million plus excavator. He flies, a $10 million plus helicopter. See?
Well,
Well, that's the gap between apparently 832K.
Well, that's what I do. I fly for my job, and then I come back and fly in the game.
It's crazy. That is seriously crazy.
And you were asking. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
You're good. So you were asking on how time management thing, because you work half part.
Sure.
Yeah. So on me that war that I did 832, I had to cancel 2 days of work I had two. I was like, yeah, I'm not going. Let me just deal with this war.
Well, let me ask you this then, before Kegs asks his question. So when you're playing the game, for example, obviously that's something more of what you wanted to do in real life, even though you're closer than 98, 99% of us. How did you feel about the controls and the game itself, like how it played?
What do you mean? What
Just like the controls, and the dynamics, just everything inside of the actual game of Sky Warriors. Like, did it feel intuitive?
The game. It's realistic, but not that much. To be honest, it's not too realistic.
It's not. Yeah.
I don't know if you play like if you scroll up, your jet goes up, right?
Right. Well, I have mine inverted, but yeah.
Okay, inverted is more realistic than.
But you're talking about different equipment too. Like what they did to the F-15 was criminal.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I mean, again, you're talking to somebody that plays DCS, like real simulators, but people don't understand the difference. So hearing it from a Navy pilot,
Exactly. The F-35 is, I mean, they have it not maneuverable,
right?
Like the Su-30.
Yep.
But man, I mean, it is in real life. It's maneuverable.
Yep. There's a reason why it's one of the best. The F-22 probably still right now. Would you agree?
Yes.
I mean, here's the problem too. People don't understand. Sorry, Kegs. I didn't realize he was a pilot, or we would have covered that about 20 minutes ago. But it's just like the F-22, right? It's stealth and all this. People think it's just one thing. Well, it has a stealth coating, but it can't go over Mach 1.2-ish before it starts to peel apart. So yeah, it is stealth, but most of the time it's not even flying at its full capability because we haven't developed stealth coatings. We're working on it with different ceramics even, but as of right now, we don't have a coating that can survive the capability of the aircraft. That's where drones come in, and yeah, maybe you can speak about that because again, I'm an amateur, so.
I mean, no, on that, I'm just a helicopter pilot. So I mean, you probably know more than I do on the jets and all the stuff you just mentioned. But I mean, the game is kind of not realistic because the F-35 is supposed to be maneuverable. It's not just a black tank.
Yeah.
They put it on the game. That's on that. But I mean, the information you have is probably more than the information I know on jets.
I'm a nerd. We'll just leave it at that. But I can tell you a lot more. I can tell you about the Su-57 and its downfalls. But Kegs was going to say something.
Well, the Su-57 is just a fucking a rebranded fucking Gen 4.5 piece of shit.
I'm telling you what, once I get their engines figured out, it's going to surprise people in a dogfight. And it just doesn't bother with any of that stealth coating. It has stealth characteristics, but not a coating. So if we have an AWACS in the area, it's not going to matter no matter what. Problem is, when we don't, and we end up in a random dogfight with, a third world country that got their hands on an Su-57 with decent engines, that's going to be the problem. You better hope we have, Tier 6 fucking aircraft in the area. Yeah. It's just, plus our missiles are different from country to country. And that's not an accident. But at the same time, it's not always a failsafe. Right now, honestly, you're talking about cruise ships that what almost used to be like our battleships with intercontinental ballistics. Those are more dangerous than any of our aircraft. So, yeah.
Yeah. So dogfights isn't a thing anymore.
It's not really. It's not really. I mean, it's rare, but
yeah.
I mean, you're talking about like let's say if we had to go all the way to Stalingrad, or all the way to North Korea, we're gonna get into some dogfights. And it's just, that's the scary part.
They also have like a ground-to-air, like missiles, air defense stuff. So,
yeah.
So I mean, you gotta encounter that before you encounter like other jets.
No, I agree, and I think that's where those brand new B2s, they're incredible. They really are. I watched the unveiling or whatever the public one, so that was pretty neat. I don't know. I'm not doubting our NATO forces. We'll put it that way.
I mean, you got to look at it this way, bud. I mean, the 22 took over as our quote-unquote air superiority aircraft from the F-15, and the F-15 held that from, 83-ish, 5-ish, something like that?
Kind of, yeah. So, I think the F-35
is still the fucking leading aircraft in the world, and the 22 can sit there and dogfight with 15 F-15s and come out on top.
Yeah, so really what it is our F-22 is the air superiority fighter, and the F-35 is what's considered a multi-role. So it fills it fills two positions. There's a Navy version too that hovers, so it's like a Harrier on steroids. But again, this is just shit. I could be wrong. So for anybody out there that's listening and just wants to play gotcha, I'm sorry I could be wrong, but I'm pretty good with remembering this stuff for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying you know a lot of stuff. I mean, you're scaring me. Are you a Navy pilot or something like that?
I'm a nerd. I seriously, I just love all aircraft. I mean, I can tell you a lot about a Cessna 172.
I mean, the only reason that the engines that are on the F-22 that are on there right now is not because they were the engines that produced the most power. They were the engines that could hold Mach the longest without overheating.
Yeah, they're capable of supercruise, and honestly, with the engines that are on there right now, they're still like pushing out 70,000 pounds of thrust combined. So there's plenty of
exactly. But like I said, the other set that they had, because there was two end versions, if you will, of the 22. There was the YF-22 and the F-22. The YF was
YF-23.
Higher confidence.
Yeah, YF-23.
No, the 22 when before it reached final production.
Yeah, that's the YF-23, and they were both. There was the YF-22 and the YF-23, and the one that won the contract became the F-22. We could have ended up with the F-23. That's the difference.
The article I had read on it said YF-22 and F-22, but someone.
Well, that's when they were experimental. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like I said,
you're right.
The engines on the 23, to be politically correct. I think those produced like 10,000 more horsepower, but could only hold Mach for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we're melting the cones. Yeah,
but they were capable of like 2.2.
Yeah, but they were also melting like a bunch of different components. Yeah. But,
right, in 10 minutes. So the ones that are on it now, I mean, allegedly, who knows if this is actually fact or not, can hold Super Cruise at like a 1.8 top, if the frame could hold it.
Yeah.
For I think it's like 25 minutes without any form of overheating.
Yeah. Which is
so
scary.
If you want to talk about shitting and getting.
Oh yeah, it's scary. I mean, what these things are capable of, like, again, I'm more afraid of drones and the ICBMs, but when it comes to what some of our planes can do, I mean, just the stealth bomber by itself and nothing else around, jammers, nothing, what it could probably achieve would be astonishing. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Like,
well, the F-117 is still actually considered a stealth aircraft, and it's what, Gen 3? Or Gen 4?
Probably 3, maybe 4. I don't know. I mean, because it depends on when it was invented.
The 117 shows up on radars when its bomb bay doors are fucking open.
Well, yeah, but it's like the size of a goose versus the size of a golf ball, I think. Isn't that something similar to what you've probably heard? Alassaf, something like that?
About that, yeah.
Yeah. The F-22 is about the size of a golf ball. But that's only to targeting radar. So there's this thing called pure radar that will show you everything in the air. Problem is, you can't use it for tracking computers. I mean, the Russians are starting to integrate it a little bit, where they could follow planes, but they can't target them. It's really weird. And that's some really science stuff that I don't think that anybody would like to listen to at all. So... But no, I'm not.
That was how a 117 got shot down. Is they happened to hit them with it was a different form of radar than the ones that were just mentioned.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, he's over there, and they decided to pop a fucking rocket off at him, and they just happened to graze it, and it actually did enough damage to fucking take it down.
Yeah, and that's pretty much I'm sure Russia had been working on the same thing for a long time, and just one country was able to do it right. But at the same time,
that was that last. You're just talking about Russia. Fuck it, I'll say it again in case no one listened to the Kegs Learns a Thing. So the like I said, I think it was the Kursk, and anyone who knows better is more than welcome to fucking what's the word I want to use here? Inform me of my failings on remembering names.
I'm definitely not the Kursk. The Kursk was a war. It was an actually war submarine, but I don't know the name of it.
it was. I think it was like a multi-role sub, but
Okay.
I'm not 100%. Whatever one of theirs went down in the Barents Sea, which is up north of all the bullshit.
Well, that sounds like the Kursk.
Right. Well, so the Kursk, if I'm remembering the correct one, was a submarine with multiple domes on the inside for the crew, and those domes actually reinforced the structural integrity of the hull, where it was capable of diving 10 times more than anything the U.S. currently has in operation, or had in its time, I should say. Which I believe was in the realm of like 2,500, 2,800. So perspective on that, what, the fucking Titanic's in what, like 4,100 meters?
It sounds close. Yeah.
Like
4,000.
that, 4,000.
Yeah.
So we can't, the U.S. allegedly can't dive down and wave to the Titanic, but they could go down there and flip it off or whatever. Moreover, the particular submarine, like I said, I think it was the Kursk, I could easily be wrong, actually had little grabber arms that were usable at that depth. And some of the main cables that are on the bottom of the fucking ocean are up in the Barents Sea where it fucked up and went down. And it's just like, for the internet. You know what I mean? Like, the internet's not in the sky, which blew my fucking mind. Like, this tells you how fucking educated I am when it comes to technology. I thought the internet was satellites and shit. No, it's cables at the bottom of the fucking ocean.
It's going to be satellites soon, thanks to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure soon, yeah, but our current system, it's like that's actually quite the fucking, security risk if you want to look at it that way. And it's like, what were the Russians doing with a submarine with fucking grabber arms underneath it that's capable of diving to that kind of a depth in the location thereabouts of the said cables that run underwater? And that area actually has some of the main cables that run from the west, being like the U.S., Western world, whatever, over to like, the Middle East, I guess you'd call it, area. It goes over the top, over towards, I can't think of the country I want right now. Fucking brain fart. But like, our allies over there and shit like that.
And it's all cable?
It's all fucking cables.
Huh.
I had no idea.
I didn't either.
Well, it kind of makes
baffled.
sense with fiber optics and shit like that. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I was fucking baffled to realize that, like I said, it's like 98% of the World Wide Web is actually at the bottom of the fucking sea.
That'd be worth looking into, just seeing what year fiber optics came out. But that's probably right. I mean, you're probably talking like 15, 20 years of infrastructure that, yeah, I'd probably be right. Huh, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I was baffled.
It's insane. I don't know. But yeah, they heard a little bit on the news show about what you had to say about Kegs Learns a Thing. So, you'll see.
Okay, so I did a quick Google search just because you said it, now I was curious. 1996 is the answer to that question. So 27 years ago, the first all-optic fiber cable was laid under the Pacific Ocean. 1997, the fiber optic link around the globe, FLAG, became the longest single cable network in the world, providing the infrastructure for the World Wide Web.
Yeah. Well, it makes complete sense because their very first test was actually from the U.S., and I want to say the East Coast, if that makes sense, to London or to the U.K. anyway. It wasn't London, I'm sure, but yeah, it was U.S. to U.K. The first two, I guess, or I guess, what would that be called?
Transcontinental?
Would it be? Yeah. That was the first test, yeah. I remember that from something.
That's like the ELF system they had operating back in the 80s. I mean, we still have some of the fucking infrastructure for that up here in the UP, which ELF stood for those who don't know, extremely low frequency, and that's what they were actually trying to use to detect submarines on the coast, along the coastlines of North America.
Yeah. Speaking of that, actually, that's a good question. So, since you're in the Navy, and no one knows who you are, can you speak candidly about what you think about the Ocean Gate stuff?
I have no idea. I just turn my Wi-Fi on and play the game. Like use my phone. These stuff you guys are talking about, I have no idea. I just know about like what you guys just talked about.
I love you, dude. No, I love you for real. I heard you go quiet. So,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, like,
Go ahead.
something more for you. What's the adrenaline rush like before you get to take off in a helicopter?
Oh man! So before I knew I'm going helicopters, to be honest, I thought helicopters are going to be like boring as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But man, these things are cool. I thought they were like just low and slow, but they're not.
They scared the shit out of me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they're not. They're really maneuverable and pretty like FAA, the number one maneuverable aircraft like that goes in the air is a helicopter. So I mean, it was my first like helicopter takeoff was fast.
What was that like?
So it's crazy. There's something called translation of lift.
Uh-huh.
Like it's crazy how you think about it and how can how can a helicopter take off? At first, I thought it just like hovers and then just takes off like vertically. I didn't know. That's how I thought helicopters would go, but no, it goes like forward, and as soon as the air goes like through the blades,
Yep.
There's like an aerodynamic kind of thing. It's going to take hours to talk about.
No, I can sum it up real quick. It's just like a wing. It's angle of attack.
So basically, I mean, you can feel it. You can feel the translation of lift through the blades going like 20 knots, 20 to 25 knots. That's where you can lift off, but it's not like a vertical takeoff. Some helicopters can do that, but not often. No.
Well, and I guess I don't know if you'd even want to talk about it, but have you ever had any close calls?
No.
Nothing like that?
I just do training. Once I transition to the Seahawk, that's where I'm probably based.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, have you thought about that? Are you anxious?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know.
They're pretty
I
incredible machines too. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I live and see later on.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the thing is too.
So
is
have you ever thought about doing like heavy lifts, like with like a Chinook style helicopter?
No, these things are huge. To be honest, no. I all I flew was the TH-57 and the 73s. It's like a Bell.
Yeah, it's the Bell. Yeah, it's a UH-60, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, just modernized. Yeah. See, again, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though.
You're good. You're good. So I didn't fly like a huge helicopter or like a two-bladed helicopter.
Have you ever thought about trying giving it a shot though?
No, I mean you cannot. You're assigned like or fly that. It takes a lot to transition from a helicopter to another helicopter. It's not like here you go, you have the keys, you go fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not.
So, what have you been aboard carriers before then?
No, yeah, I've done it for training. It was like a small boat that you can like land on.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not as easy as I thought it would be. And like you had an instructor with you that has like the qualifications to do. That was like back at the time.
That sounds more nerve-wracking than a carrier, then. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get like the pitch and roll of the boat itself, and it's not. I mean, landing a helicopter on the ground, like or on the airport, it's not that easy. I mean, what about landing in a boat that is moving?
Yeah. And in your case, a small boat.
I know, and then it's a small boat. So this thing is like the waves are moving this thing, so it's not easy, to be honest.
No, I'd shit my pants about 4 times and probably jump out of the helicopter and roll as soon as it touched down. You know, start kissing the tarmac. They scare me. They just scare me in general. But yeah. So let me ask you this. Let's say you go in, you know, serve the Navy for however long, and you know, when you get home, would that translate to maybe like an EMT helicopter type situation for like hospitals, or?
I mean, after you, do you mean like after you retire? Or
Yeah, just
like
after you're out. After when you decide, you know, I don't want to be landing on pitching, rolling things anymore.
I mean, you got, yeah. I mean, I know some people that retired and went like airlines. They transitioned back from helicopters to fixed wings.
Yeah.
Or you can do that like medevac kind of thing.
Yeah, and the medevac thing always seemed interesting to me. It always, you're landing in dynamic areas, so.
It is, but I mean, in Saudi Arabia, it's not really a big thing.
Oh, that's true. So, are you planning on going back to Saudi Arabia full time once you're done?
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen eventually.
Well, dude, what about an instructor position? Is it easy? Well, easier. I'm not gonna say easy, but is that a thought maybe?
Yes. Yes. I mean.
Well, then fuck the MT shit. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
I see what you're going for. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I also can come back like to back to Florida and be an instructor here.
Yeah. Dude, you have it. You're setting yourself up for a really good life, my man.
I appreciate it, but
Yeah, it's just true. Like, if I could live through you. But yeah, I don't think I have the balls to fly a helicopter. It doesn't matter what it is. So, yeah, I just have a fear of helicopters, kind of like the ocean. So, I don't know.
nah.
You add the Seahawk thing on top of it, man. It's just, nah, I'm good. I'm really good.
Get a few drinks and you run out, streak the field, jump in a plane, take off. If some redneck can do it, you can, buddy.
Honestly, like, I want to fly fixed wing. Like, my dream's to have a Kit Fox, just so I can take off, go as far as 4 hours from here, at 150 miles an hour, basically. Land on a sandbank, have a fucking awesome night on the river with somebody, and then just be able to come back home and throw it in a trailer. And literally, there's a few models out there I can do it with. So.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of money to do it yourself. I didn't pay $1 learning how to fly, or I didn't pay anything for that. But I mean, for the civilian side, I mean, it's a lot of money to fly.
Yeah.
Learn.
Yeah, it wouldn't be cheap. So I think the Kit Fox that I'd probably go for would be new, and I think they can do it for around $25,000. And I want them to put it together. I don't want to wait 12 years and then fuck it up, because it would take 12 years for me to make it, or do it myself. But yeah, they have wings. They have a model where the wings can actually be there's some pins in there that are pressure pins you can pop out, so you're able to get it inside a box trailer, with the wings popped off, and yeah, you don't even need a hanger. The climate control would be interesting, but as long as I could get it in one of my outbuildings, for example, it'd be fine. That's the kind of idea. But, a dream's a dream. I'm colorblind. Otherwise, I wanted to be a naval aviator. I wanted to be the guy just going off the deck at like half the speed of sound. And
Wait, you're colorblind?
I'm colorblind, man. Red and green hereditarily, and then I've got some other stuff going on, I think, from football, from some old sports stuff.
How does that look like? I mean,
People always ask me, what colors do you see? And the truth is, I couldn't tell you. I can tell you that I've adopted to know, like, red is the color of a stop sign, or yellow is the, yield sign. But if you get me anywhere near variations, I have no idea. I can't tell the difference. Purple and brown, for example.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I am an artist, so a lot of times my my high school advanced art teacher, she used to try to get me to paint more with color, and I just couldn't. I hated it because I knew I didn't know what I was doing, but she said they were incredible things, and I wish I would have had them, but yeah, I'm a sketch artist by heart. Used to be I used to want to do, digital art, so it's a long story. I'm,
Spread.
I'll tell you this. I'm
Not too good. I'm just gonna ask you. I mean, I'm wondering. So you drive, right?
yeah, of course.
Like at the like, if you're, how do you see like a red signal from?
Okay,
green?
so this I know where you're going with this. So the landing lights, right, or the ball. Let me
Yes.
let me tell you this. Doesn't matter how far away I am. I can see red, green, and yellow, all by each other. And the worst part is even in high school, you could tell my depth perception wasn't fucked up either, because I led the team in free throw percentage and 3-point percentage. So that's the excuse that, as far as the military understands, color blindness. But I'm telling you, I can see the difference in the colors or the strobes, and I had a decent enough depth perception that apparently other people had or just couldn't replicate. I don't know. Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. Man, I was the right body type. I was 155 pounds in high school, and I made decent grades. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I just, like I told you at the very beginning of this interview, when you asked me, who I am the definition of underachiever, for real. And I'm okay with that. I'm actually quite happy. I get to meet you.
It's my honor, brother.
Oh, I don't know about that. And again, dude, I got to meet Kegs. Like that's the biggest thing. Like, I get to meet people and do this, even if it's just a hobby forever. I don't care. I'm having fun right now, so.
Well, I can say that I can't draw my way out of a wet paper bag. So.
Well, I was talking about doing cartoons. I wish I could animate. I can draw cartoons, but the amount you would need to animate it old school ways, like, I don't know. I can't do the new school stuff, but man, that Macho Man series with Sasquatch would be great as a cartoon. It would be so good. But I don't know, boys. We're already at an hour and 10 minutes, so
Oh wow.
yeah, it's pretty quick. Did it seem quick?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I told you 30 minutes will seem like, I don't know, 10. An hour will seem like 30. So is there anything you want to shout out, like teammates, teams, servers?
Yeah.
Shout it all out, bud.
I mean, shout out to everybody in the game. I mean, I'll say special shout out to everybody that was in KSA champions. Abu, you guys. I kind of seen Abu and coming soon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's a very humble guy. I like him. He's a doctor. I'm just giving you guys that before you interview him.
See, that's fantastic. We need that.
He might be a nerd more than you, Perseus.
Well, that's the thing. We need that. We need to know, because, like I said, dude, if I would have known you were a Navy pilot, then, in fact, that's probably going to be the title, Alassaf the Navy pilot, if that's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But anything else you wanted to shout out?
I mean, shout out to everybody. Saga for doing like the 1 million. I'm sure you guys heard about it.
Yeah, we're going to have him on.
Yeah, Maiko. You guys should interview this guy. He's a really cool dude.
He's lined up, brother.
He is?
He is too.
Nice.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're just booked 3 months out right now. Yeah, we're trying, man. Like, so, again, and this all came from Maravik, but he gave us enough legitimacy of some of the top players that I think that people are starting to open up and realize that, this isn't a place for propaganda or anything. It's just literally a place to hang out with some interesting people. I think Kegs would agree. I mean...
Yeah, I really don't want like to miss anybody from the shout out. There's a lot of good people that I knew like from this game. So I mean, shout out to everybody, to be honest.
No, 100%. Like, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you doing what you're doing as far as the service to the allies and everything like that. Kegs, are you still there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. And basically, I was just making sure, bud. I just switched screens because I wasn't sure. But I'll let Cakes kind of take the rest of this and let him say his piece finally.
All right.
Oh, now you want me to say something.
I'm sorry, buddy. I wanted you to keep butting in more than you think, but I just understand, like, aircraft. I don't... Anyway.
No, dude, you're good, dude. I'm right there with you. Although I'm more of a nerd for the World War II ones myself personally. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I like big engines and things that are loud for no reason. But I mean, I don't really have anything else right now. I mean, we covered all kinds of stuff, and I mean, I suppose it's turned out way better.
Than we thought.
I'll say it way better than I thought it was.
Yeah,
going to.
way better. Like again, I wish I knew he was a Navy pilot, right?
Well, I wish I had known something other than the dude's a really good pilot in the game because he's blown my ass up plenty of fucking times. That's about all I knew about him.
Exactly.
And now we got to learn some really cool shit. You know, so I mean, and plus, I mean, I'll say it. I'll shout it out. You know, to Alassaf personally and to KSA just for being a bunch of fucking badasses.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's true. Well,
KSA, I don't know if you guys heard about it. KSA is not. It's champions right now. KSA is still KSA. They're still standing in, I don't know, the 80 or some. I don't know. They're still on the top 100. But champions is not KSA anymore. It's like a multi or a joint squad kind of thing.
oh, okay.
Step up and like give balance back to the game.
Well, good for you guys. Yeah. Let's see. I can't wait to see what happens on the backside of that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my.
We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone. We'll see and let you guys just do it as you guys do. But, you know, everybody gets what they ask for.
Yeah.
Sometimes we like it, sometimes we don't. But I will say, I know for a fact, Kegs, myself, we really do thank you for your service.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And did you have a good time?
I did. It was. I mean, I do appreciate you guys doing these podcasts. You have no idea. I probably don't know some of the people that listen to your podcast, but I mean, it's a fun thing to listen to on the spare time. I swear. So I appreciate you guys doing that.
Man, the pleasure is always ours, for sure. Would you come back again?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess really at the end of this, all I'm going to say is I'm cool.
And I'm Kegs, and we're the fuck out.
Heading out south wherever we are now. I must have slipped and got turned around. But just up ahead in this sign that says